Hi everybody, my name is Phil and I am the team leader for the RE/MAX YourOrlando.com team. Today I'm going to show you how our team sets up our signs for a typical open house. We use our open houses to help us attract people from the immediate area who may be in the market for a new home. So to set up signs effectively, we need a plan. So let me show you what we do. The first thing you're going to need, of course, are the signs. So let's take a quick look at those. We have these directional signs that point straight ahead like this one, or left and right, which are basically identical to this, or similar to this, just pointing to the left or to the right. So once we have our signs, then we need to figure out where these signs go, and for that we put together a map. Now this is a map that my listing manager Alex and I put together for a recent open house. So the first thing you're going to want to do is locate the subject property or the house that's being sold, and that's right here in the center of the map, indicated by the star. So once you've located the subject property, you want to determine the traffic flows. And what you have in this particular situation, you have this major road that runs north and south, you have the one in the center that runs north and south, and you have one here that runs north and south. And then our east and west traffic flows this way here, and then at the bottom we have a one-way street that flows directly this way. So based on that, probably the best thing to do is bring people in here, 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 and at the top. So that gets you pretty close to the house. And so what we do is we pick a street and then start placing our signs and directing people that way. So for instance, you have the expressway here and the off-ramp, and as soon as these people exit the off-ramp, they see this blue sign here, or this the one, the straight ahead sign that points people straight ahead for the open house. Now if they're coming from the street from the south here, they're going to see this sign, which is a directional, pointing them to the left, which they have to go anyway because it's a one-way street. So as these two sources of traffic head this way, they're going to encounter this sign here, which is a directional that points them north, and up to these additional signs here. You can tell where we are by this compass at the top of the page. So the shortest route here is here, and it's usually best to route people in the quickest path to the property. There's another theory that you want to take them in the best possible route, but when in doubt, just get them to the property as soon as possible. It is nice to have them go into the best entrance. However, if you lose them, by driving them around town, you're defeating the purpose. So we don't want to do that. But if we can, we do want to, lead them in the best possible entrance, because we don't want to take them by junk cars or something for a house that we have on the market. So anyway, back to our traffic flow here. Let's say that the car is coming off of the expressway here, and from the side street miss this sign, because this is a little bit of a busy road. Well, we have a fail-safe here, because if they pass that, they're going to see this sign here, which is a straight ahead sign, which takes them to this one, and then they can come up through this pathway here. So and if they miss that one, they go around and they run into these signs here. Interesting corner here. This we had concrete on the right section where we'd normally place the signs, so we had to place them kind of across and in different areas, and that's just something you're going to encounter. You have to do the best that you can. It's always good to lay things out like this so you can be prepared and make the best choices, because it's very difficult to make choices when you're out there on the actual scene, because you have cars running around, blowing their horns, and everybody's upset because you're getting in their way, and it can be intimidating. So you want to make sure you have the best possible plan before you go out. So if they turn here, if these markers here cause the people to turn, they're going to go up this way. And again, we have the straight ahead signs. We don't want them turning on Church Street here. We want them to go straight ahead and encounter these signs and then come in this way. But if they did happen to miss those signs, we'd take them up to the next marker and then up here, and then they can turn on either one of these major streets here, and that would take them down. Another thing to note is up here at the top, we have a number of signs, markers around the park. And the reason we do that is, the open houses are done on the weekend. A lot of people at the park on the weekend, and we want to take advantage of all of that activity and traffic and have a lot of signs there guiding the people, whether it's this way and down this way, or over here and down this way and in that way, to the house. So anyway, that's the plan. So now that we've seen that, we're going to end up here when we're finished. This is our actual setup at the house. But why don't we do this? Why don't we jump in the car and we'll take a drive around, and we're going to basically follow this course here outlined in the black line. So you're going to get to see most of the signs. Not all of them. You won't get to see these here, but you'll get to see quite a few, and you'll see this in real life. So let's go jump in the car, take a look. Okay, here we are. If you look, well, actually this corner that we're on now would be the bottom right corner of the map that we looked at. And if you look right across the street there, we just missed that sign, and that was one of the two signs that funnel us into the traffic there. And this is that road that was on the east side, and if you look, we have another directional sign right there on the right pointing up that way, because that would be the shortest route to the house. But let's say that we missed that sign and we missed that turn because we were in the wrong lane, just like we were, and we couldn't turn. That's why we have another sign up here, a fail-safe, basically right there, letting them know that it's safe to go ahead or to go straight ahead because they didn't miss the open house. There's going to be more directionals ahead. And sure enough, here on the corner, if you look right there on the right, there's another directional pointing straight up into the center of the community, which will get them to the house as well. But let's say that they miss that one. They're going to be able to go all the way down here to the corner, and they'll be able to turn up this way as well. And if you remember my talk earlier, this is the corner that I said was all concrete, so that's why we do not have a directional sign right there on the right. There's just no place to put it. But if you look across the street, we had one in that corner there. And now we're heading north again, and this is on the west side of the community. And we want the people to pass this next street. It's a common street, and right there on the right is a straight ahead arrow letting them know that they should pass this corner. And right up here at the traffic light is one of our main entrances, and you see our sign right there on the right, and actually two of them, and one across the corner as well. But if they miss that, we let them know that it's okay, and we got another directional sign right there on the right telling them that it's okay to go straight ahead. So what we're doing here is just making sure that if they miss one turn off, they can pick up the next sign and follow it around. we'll just keep looping around until they eventually make one of the turns. And we'll pause the video here just for a second, let this light change. Okay, and here we go again, and there's another sign pointing people in towards the property. But let's say they missed that sign. Well, then they would go up to this corner where they would find another directional sign pointing them into the center of the community and towards the house. So as you can see, the point is, no matter what, just make sure that people have plenty of opportunities to get to your open house. And you know, they might miss the first sign, so you want to make sure you have backup signs along the way, so you can so you don't miss anybody that really wants to go to the open house. Because if they don't see that follow-up sign, it's just too easy for them to just go on about their way and miss your open house, and therefore you miss an opportunity for your sellers. So you certainly don't want to have that. Now up ahead, you're going to see another directional on the right, and this was the this is the road that slices through the center of the community, the one that went from the top of the map down all the way to the road by the expressway. And so just another way to guide people in into the property. But let's say that they missed that sign. Well, here's the park that we mentioned on the left. So we've got quite a few signs in this corner, and you'll see one right here on the right. And this this takes us back down on the east side of the community, and this is the road that runs north and south on the east side, with that little slight curve in it at the top. So you're going to see some more arrows. There's one there on the corner, and just so people know that they're on the right track, we've got a straight ahead sign right here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, okay, here it is, right there. That way, when they come to that major street there, that they don't accidentally turn into it, they see the straight ahead sign and they know to go straight ahead. And to the left here, there's on the grass median, there's a couple of signs in there, and there's one that we just passed. And then here's a directional sign right here on the right, and then another on the left, there's another directional sign pointing people into the street as well. And now we are going back down to the one-way street on the south end of the community. Okay, we're going to take this right, and this is the one-way street that was on the bottom of the map. Oh, there's another directional sign there to our right. And anyway, this time we're going to go on into the community and to the open house. So we'll follow the direction, or the directional signs this time. And again, here's our arrow on our right there, and that lets us know that it's okay to go this way, and there'll be more signs ahead. Last time we passed the sign, but this time we're going to follow its instructions. The directional sign right here on the right, we're going to follow that and go on into the community here. Okay, now we're heading north on that road that ran through the center of the community, and this is going to take us up to the open house. On the right here we have another straight ahead sign letting people know that we are on the right track. And here we are at our center turn point. So you'll notice we have actually two signs here on this side of the street, and we have one on the opposite corner. So let's turn in here and see what all these signs were bringing us. And here we go. On the left is our open house. So we made it. Oh, we got some cars parked in the street, so that's a good sign. And here we are. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little tour, and let's go in and check this place out and see what we've got.